Hi guys, just kind of wanted to go over some self-help techniques for you. I've had a lot of people who've been asking me how I can work on this, how you can work on that. People have been messaging me, so thought I'd just put it together, a couple videos of all the things that people have been kind of messaging me about over the last few weeks. Remember, I'm still treating everybody online, so if what I'm offering helps but it's not fixing the problem, I can always treat you remotely. There's a lot of stuff I can do with advanced muscle testing and movement to basically get you out of pain. So don't hesitate to get a hold of me. You can schedule online at KimberlyBodywork.com. If you're on Facebook, you can message me. I can, help you out with whatever you need. So let's work on how we can make our head a little bit better by working on some of our cranial bones and our sutures. So a big area that people usually complain about is like the back of their head if they're getting headaches and migraines. I've had a lot of people lately who've been getting TMJ and like clogged ears. I know allergy season's starting to. So I'm just going to go over some quick, easy ways to kind of hack into your own self and let me know if it helps. So the first one we're going to do is just getting into the back of the head. Everyone knows where those bones are that stick out back there. So one thing that I like to do for myself, because it really releases a lot of pressure, if you don't have one of those self myofascial release tools or like a still point inducer, the next best thing is actually just kind of using the heel of your hand. So I like to put the heel or the butt of my hands kind of behind those bones. And what I'm basically doing is taking the heels of those bones and either pushing up on my head towards the ceiling, or you can squeeze them together. Okay, and again, you're using pretty light pressure. This is not rip and dig into your tissue time. This is really gentle work. So again, you can do them sitting or laying down. I like to actually do this one laying down. And your pressure should be super duper light, like 2 to 3 pounds of pressure, okay? You're not digging in. You don't want to really dig in back here anyway. That's probably going to give yourself a headache. Another area that I like to work on is just the top of my head. Again, some people like to push forward, push back. Personally, I like to lift up to the ceiling, kind of like I'm lifting my head up off of my spine. And again, I'm using really gentle, light pressure. Okay, I'm not trying to squeeze. And what you're looking for is number one, are you lined up? Do your bones line up? Do you feel like one side's higher than the other? Do you feel like your body wants to kind of pull you in one direction or another? Do you feel energy coming out of both sides? Sometimes I work with people and they don't even feel like one side of their head versus the other. And another good gauge is, do you have equal pulses? Do you feel some pulsating on both sides? Or do you feel like one side pulses a lot and not a lot on the other side? Another area that I like to work with is your wonderful sphenoid bone. So if you trace about where your eyebrows are, come out to the side, kind of about where your temples are, you'll feel like a little divot in there. It feels a little soft. Again, real light pressure. You can use your index finger or your middle finger. I like to use my middle finger or both, depending on what I feel. And again, I'm looking for, am I regular? Do I have one side higher than the other? What do I notice? Do I notice a pulse in one side, a pulse in the other? Do I feel like I'm like this, I'm crooked? Gives us a lot of information as to what's going on in our system, okay? So again, each spot that you're working on, if you want to hang out there as long as you can until you start feeling some change happening. If you're maybe there for 2, 3, 4 minutes and you're not really noticing much, then move on to another spot, okay? Another spot I like to work on is right above my eyebrows. So sometimes just sweeping is good enough. And other times I like just to take my fingers and kind of just gently press in. Sometimes I like to press in and kind of go up towards the top of my head, like I'm pushing, again, my head up off of my neck. So we did the back, we did the sides and the top, we did the front, we did our sphenoid. Now I like to work on the ears. The ears are fun to work with, especially if you have clogged ears or allergies, or you're constantly stuffy and sinusy and post-nasal drip through there. So what you can do is actually just grab your ears, and then you can pull back towards the back of your head. You can pull down. You can pull up. And then you can pull forward. You can kind of go and see which direction your head or your ears like to move in. Sometimes you'll feel like one moves one way, another doesn't move the other way. Again, it's all just information you're looking for. Where do you not want to move? So right now, I don't want to move too far backwards. That's where I'm going to hang out for a little bit. Don't really know why. Doesn't really matter. All I know is my body doesn't like me moving backwards right now. So again, it's just information. You can also take into your ear a little bit, not in your ear canal, but into your ear, and then the back of your ear, you can kind of pinch that together. And again, you can move it up, move it down, move it in whatever direction feels good to you. Okay. Then TMJ, everyone has jaw and TMJ issues, so the easiest thing I like to do is just rest my hands right on my TMJ. And again, I'm looking for, do I feel equal on both sides? Does one side feel thicker to me than the other? Do I feel a lot of tension in my jaw? Am I gritting or grinding my teeth? And again, when you feel a direction of pull that you don't want to go, maybe it's down, maybe it's up, maybe it's forward, maybe it's back. For me right now, I don't like going down, so that's where I'm going to hang out for a wee bit. And as you're going through all these too, you can also notice what your breathing does. If you notice you get to a certain area and your breath stops, or you're holding your breath, or all of a sudden you're breathing very shallow, that's going to be a clue for you. It's something to look into. Or you can let me know when I work on you. And one last spot I like to work on, especially if you have allergies, is kind of getting right in through here. And you can either just give yourself some light pressure, you can do some sweeping, you can do little circles, or you can just put your fingers right here and just hold and just wait and see what happens. This is at a good point, and then right in between my eyes. So you can use your thumbs or you can use your fingers. So it's not poking into your eyeballs, but more resting on the inner part of your brow. Okay, and again, I'm using super duper light pressure. Kind of like I'm just putting some moisturizer on, okay? So those are some quick, easy hacks to kind of work on your own cranium. It's a little bit of craniosacral work. If you have any questions, again, hit me up. Let me know how your things are feeling. If you want more stuff, if you want me to treat you online, let me know. All right?